All right, hey everybody. It is TorontoUnicorn here. I'm going to be hopefully a bit slower paced in my speech because I'm going to be here for a little bit longer than I normally like. Just quickly pop in and do a video. So I'm hanging out, and I hope to see some people in the chat. I like to chat with people who hang out with me on my live streams. So make yourself known. And I'm going to be having hot chocolate. I just poured it now. It doesn't even have the whipped cream on it yet. So I'm going to be doing that and hanging out, answering questions, shooting the shit, whatever you want to call it. What have I been up to lately? I'll fill you in. I have been going to the sex club a bit more often as a single person. I even went alone the other day. Hello, Sharon. Hello, nice to see you. So I had the whole like the nervousness. I was going to the club alone as a single girl the other day, and I did put a video about it on YouTube and shit. But like, I've been at this for years. I have seen a lot of things. I have seen piles of people, like playing at these clubs. And then I still get nervous for myself going all this time later. So if anybody has ever been nervous to go to these clubs, you're human. You're human. You just got to realize that, like, for example, I was just at the club the other day. And there was a guy there from Germany, and he was very new that he was getting a tour. And he came and sat in the hot tub with me, and Peekaboo. And he literally you could tell he was so nervous. He sits down, he puts his arm around, and he just smashes my drink all over the ground. And I'm like, and he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, yeah, no worries. Like, it's fine. But that's how nervous he was, that he was like knocking people's drinks over, just trying to get comfortable. Right. So nervousness looks different in everybody, but when you see it in someone, I like to try and make them comfortable. So this live stream is going to be interactive. I'm going to be looking to who's commenting and who's attending, and I take notes of those things. They go in my gold star list. You know what I'm saying? So nice guy, Rudy. Hello, New York City in the house. Love it. You know what? I still want to go on a tour to see the Sex and the City, buildings and things like that. I've never been to New York City yet, and it's on my list for sure. Hello, Big Red. It's lovely to see you here. I'm always so happy to see you. It means that, you're my OG. Hello, Michelle. Nice to see you here. Justin, always nice to see you. Okay, guys, are you ready? This is my whipped cream time. All right, I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to keep talking. All right, ready? This is it's minty. I like mint chocolate, and I wanted to put some on it while I look in your eyes. It's kind of a tradition for my live streams. So whatever, you can you take your imagination with you, but I like to cream it in front of you. What can I say? All right, ready? Let's see. And it's not only this. That's a big load. All right, guess what else? I have chocolate sauce to put on top of my creamy load of whipped cream. So this is like getting that extra little whatever on it. And then I can take two. I can take two different ones at the same time. Caramel sauce. See? I can be naughty just with a hot chocolate. All right, so this is my hangout drink. Hope you guys have one too. Hope you have a drink of some sort. All right, let me finish. Hello, nice to see you, Rick. Wow, Big Red, you're going to be a personal trainer. That's fantastic. It's also just such probably a rewarding career choice because you help people achieve better, physical health, right? That's awesome. Hello, Felix. Nice to see you. So, Sharon, do I plan on holding another fan meet again? Yes, I do. I don't do these events where I basically go to the club and I tell people on YouTube and I say, hey, it's a social meetup, whatever. Let me explain what that is. I am not affiliated. I don't coordinate with any of these clubs to do this anymore. I basically just pick a day when I feel okay about it. I let my friends who are going with me, like say if it's R, Peekaboo, whoever, Amelia, I'll say like, hey, are you okay if I announce this in advance so that some people aren't in the mood to be, inundated with a bunch of fan activity at a club. So they always like usually consent, right? So then I'm like, okay, I'll put it out there. So it's usually at the seat of my pants whenever I decide to do it, but it's not in coordination with a club. So when you come and do these things, it's more just an informal, hey, find me in the pool, find me at the smoking section. By all means, come and introduce yourself. I'll be more than happy to meet and chat with you if you engage with my content. I mean, that's my love language. If you have seen more than 5 of my videos and can talk about it, great. I mean, that's what you should lead with, all right, let me keep going down the list here. So yeah, Sharon. So when I do one, it'll be soon, like within a month. But it'll be unexpected, and it'll be on a night when single men are allowed. So far, I've never hosted a social meetup when there's no men allowed, because that would be very confusing for people. What's the next club I'm going to? Well, it's possible I'll be going to M4 next, or Oasis. You could flip a coin and have a better answer. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those two. It'll probably be this weekend too. Okay, so let me keep reading here. All right. Hello, Craig. It's nice to see you here. I recognize you guys, right? Like, I see your comments. I remember who comments. I love when you guys show up to these things. It's really awesome to get one-on-one time, because, you can kind of ask me whatever you want. So it's kind of cool. That's cool. I'm gonna follow up, Big Red, and find out and see how you did on that exam. So you're accountable to me too. I'll follow up. All right. So Mercenary says, what are the chances of sharing a dirty burger with you at Oasis? I mean, the thing is, it's probably pretty good if you find me at Oasis. So I don't usually advertise when I go in advance, because for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that mental expectation, right? I want to know that I'm going to a club on a night where I'm going to be friendly to people who come up to me. And if I'm there on a date, I'm not going to want to run into a bunch of people who want like a bunch of my time, right? So I'm going to need to manage that. So I do like to put it out there on YouTube specifically when I'm going to be hosting something. I think I announced it on Instagram and TikTok as well, but not as reliably. So YouTube is your source of truth. Just make sure you subscribed, and it's under the community tab whenever I write a comment or a note, an update. Okay, let's see here. Yes, but if you ever do see me, by the way, come and say hello. Yeah, so let's see. Tony Johnson said, what's the next level? I answered that one. Michelle says, you're more fun when you're single. I don't know. Am I more fun when I'm single? I don't know. Have you seen me both? Single, not single? I mean, I'm single-ish. Does that make sense? Like I am not without like a partner, but like I'm completely open to new experiences, new boyfriends, new relationships, everything. So it's kind of like being single. Can I just identify as single? Does that work? Obviously, I'll ethically disclose if I'm, going to meet somebody and hang out and build something. I'm going to tell the people like if I'm in another partnership or not. But the thing is, single is not what it means in vanilla world anymore. Oh, Michelle, you followed me from the beginning. Okay, all right. Well, I would love to talk to you more since you followed me for so long and get some insights from you. I mean, you could be my therapist. You could tell me what you've noticed, Yeah. So I'm going to keep reading. I might jump up and down, but I try to get to every single comment, unless they're like super rude or something. I'm not going to give that attention. But otherwise, so far, so good. Always. You guys are fantastic. Okay, so Gary says, love your channel. Thank you so much, Gary. Fast Eddie, question, wax, trim, or full Monty for you for the men you're with? I Brazilian wax. I do not like hair down there sometimes, and I've also had laser hair removal down there. So I do still get regrowth, but it's more like, it's just so much less than like a normal person would have with normal body hair. But I also get a Brazilian wax. I don't like to have hair down there. Yep, that's from me. But yeah, feel free to ask the questions, guys. I mean, I'm the queen of intrusive questions. I can handle it. I can dish it out. I can take it, right? I can take it. Maybe if it's not 9.5 inches, but I can take most of it. That's so funny. Okay, let me keep reading. And Michelle, I want to get more insights from you. we should connect after. Okay. Sharon says, I love your live videos. Come more often if you can. Yeah, that's nice. It's funny. I noticed that I do them like almost once a month or less. And I'll tell you, there's one big reason why I don't. I could say something terrible by accident, or I could, with my ADHD brain, if I don't wear a bra, sometimes I can just unintentionally touch my body or like while I'm talking. And like, I can't do that on YouTube. I will get in trouble and I can't really risk it. So when I go live, I always wear a bra usually so that I'm not tempted to just like hold them up with my hands. So I usually do that at home alone. So that's one of the reasons I try to be a good girl. But I do. It's a good segue. I am going live on my fan page after this live stream. I usually always do, to give them a bit extra of me and a little bit more of an uncensored talk. So you'll be able to see me more there and more relaxed as well. Yeah. Okay, let me keep going here. Hello, Jesse. Nice to see you. I like when you people call me stunning. It's like a beautiful word. Justin says, oh, bet you would be fun to hang out with. You're the greatest. Oh, I think I'm fun to hang out with. I mean, if I'm having a good night, I'm smoking some weed, I'm a pretty good vibing person. Sometimes I've got my resting bitch face on, and if you don't know what that looks like, it's like I don't look happy, right? People don't come up and approach this girl. And in a way, I kind of use that as armor when I'm nervous. So I'll just like be in the pool at Oasis giving off like a resting bitch face and being like, why is no one flirting with me? No, I'm self-sabotaging in a way. But sometimes I'm not in the best of moods. I'm just like, I don't know. Sometimes I just want quiet and whatever. So you always have to like, catch me in a good vibe. But usually when I'm at the clubs, I'm in a good vibe. But sometimes when I'm there, I love the serenity sometimes of just like the space and the water and like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my cream is melting. Oh, this is fucking great. All right. Let me keep going down the comments. All right, Warren, my wife and I are in our 50s. Is there a club that is better suited to our ages? All of them. All of them. 50s is prime. You're gonna have a good time. I think every club I've been to in the Ontario province is body positive, age positive, non-judgmental, and I think no, you're fine. 50s. Pick a theme night you like. Like if there's like a certain theme that matches your vibe specifically, like choose it that way. I wouldn't even choose by age because I'm not gonna lie, I have age preferences. Like let me tell you a story. So all of my girlfriends and I are like, oh, I won't even fuck a guy under this age, and like insert age here, right? And every single one of us has violated that rule in our, like, at least once, because sometimes it's the people who we meet who have chemistry and they maybe have experience, and so we'll give them a shot, or maybe we wouldn't have otherwise if we had only known their age. So it's just one of those things. I just think you'll be able to find matches up or down in the age spectrum and not worry about it. All right, so missionary, have you ever met someone that broke their leg at a club and lived to tell the tale? So I have not. That's a very specific question, but I have seen a fan, actually. I met a male fan at a club. I'm not going to say which one. And I saw an unexpected and unfortunate slip that he had, and he fell. And he fell. It was nervous. It was his first time, and he fell on his back. And he said that he had done some damage to his knee. What was it? His Achilles tendon or something. And so he did confirm like he was out for a bit, like he had hurt himself. So I think the important part of when you go to a club is just make sure you don't get too drunk. Make sure you're looking around at your surroundings, being safe, because it's your job to also protect yourself in these environments, right? And I know there's so much fun and exotic things and you just want to be part of the scene, but you have to be responsible for keeping yourself safe and having the right shoes or that kind of stuff. So it can happen. It broke my heart when I saw it happen. I hope that one day he gives clubs another chance. And I mean, it happens. Real things happen. I've seen ambulances at sex clubs because somebody had a heart attack or something. Like, this is real people, real life, right? So you get real life medical issues that happen. But that was such a specific question. I'm curious about the origins. Hello, Jesse. Just telling the truth. Yeah, that's my specialty. Sometimes it doesn't go down very easily, but whatever. Kelvin asked, would I ever visit Oregon? Or Oregon? I'm not saying the word right. Yeah, I mean, if I had an invitation to a club or a speaking event there or something, I absolutely would. I do like to favor states that have legalized cannabis, but I'm a little open-minded about that. It's not a hard limit. Scooter Smith, what are my measurements? Oh, I have no fucking idea. And that's why I'm so fucking happy, frankly. I don't know. I don't know how much I weigh. I haven't weighed myself in a long time. The last time my doctor weighed myself, I told her not to tell me the answer because I have lived my life far too long by assessing how happy I am every 5 pounds. And the day that I decided to stop letting the pounds or the number or whatever dictate how I felt about myself was the best day of my life. And so I don't know how much I weigh. Now, my measurements, I don't fucking know. I mean, I think a 40 or 38 C or C is my pronoun. I have a big booty. I don't know what you mean, like measurements, but like 36, 38. I don't know. That's a good question, though. I should probably post that somewhere. It's nice to see everyone here, by the way. I don't think they were talking like, did I read that wrong? They broke the leg. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. It's kind of weird. That's why I think I'm going to start doing some Discord stuff because on Discord, you guys can apparently select people, can go on camera with me. And I can actually like host a hangout and, just like this, but instead of just me talking to a bunch of people who are writing, you guys can actually interact with me. Now, this is ripe for abuse of unwanted dick pics and shit. So I need to figure out a way to protect everybody before I host these things. It might be an invitation only. People on my fan page get it, things like that. But I'm going to be starting to get more intimate with my offerings there. Hello, Boris. It's so nice to see you here. I always love seeing you at the club too. All right, let's keep reading here. Tony asks, is Club FA closed for good? What's Club FA? I don't know what that is. If you could explain what FA is, I don't know. Hello, Jason. You fell down a few stairs at Oasis. I'm not going to lie. It happens, right? And I'm sorry it happened to you. It happens. It's a story. It's one of the stories you'll be able to whip out at any party and be like, guess what? I fell downstairs at a sex club. Suddenly you're the most interesting person in the room, right? So I hope that you've turned that like lemons into lemonade and made it a story, but that can be devastating. So I'm sorry that happened to you for sure. Hello, Robert Healy. It's nice to see you. Scooter Smith, I don't think you have big boots. You have a fantastic rear end. Okay, so I have boots on, but I don't think you meant boots, right? I don't think you meant boots. Can you see my shoes? See? Yes, I do have a pretty big bum, I gotta say. I certainly enjoy it. All right, let me keep going here. Tony says best club in the IE. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Sharon says, thank you for educating us about the lifestyle for sure. I think this lifestyle is so much, it's just beyond what it's just about sex, right? It's not just about that. Yeah, you can go and explore your fantasies. Yeah, you'll see a lot of things live that you might have never seen happen in front of you before. But you also get to make friends with people who have their guards down. I don't know about you, but one of the reasons I like the polyamorous vibe from other people is that their girlfriends don't get mad when I talk to the guys. Like, they don't get pissed off. But in vanilla mainstream society, if there's a relationship, male, female, and I have a friendship with the male, it's threatening to the female. And I've usually had that happen, right? And so with poly, it's just less there's just less possession, less possessiveness over people, and I vibe that way better, because just because I don't want to suck your boyfriend's dick doesn't mean I don't want to hang out with him a little bit, and be friends. So I gotta say, that's one of the things I liked about the lifestyle is you find some pretty relaxed people who have a good vibe and open mind, people who are not going to rush you past your boundaries. There's so many people I've met in person or online who have said to me that they're so nervous about their, going too slow, and do you have to have sex if you go to the club? And I had the same concerns. I did not know if I had to participate as a matter of like social expectation. I didn't know. And so these are really good questions when I get them from fans and viewers, because no, you do not have to do anything you don't want to do. You are entitled to have consent and autonomy over your body. You don't have to touch anybody you don't want to. You certainly don't have to suck any D you don't want to. And now, if you have trouble navigating social situations and you have a people-pleasing tendency and somebody pressures you to have a scene and you don't know what to do, that can introduce a bit of a problem. And that is why I love this new hobby channel that I've created. It's a separate YouTube channel than this one. It's also a podcast, so it's free audio and video. And it is called Live Unapologetically. And it is about how to kind of tweak and life hack some of these mental blocks and mental life hacks for your mental health is essentially the tagline. And so one of the videos is about people pleasing, and it's talking about how do you handle it when you're in conflict with yourself of, I don't necessarily want to do this thing, but I really don't want to come off or be rude to this person. I help kind of build those skill sets in you so that you're better equipped. Because when you go to a lifestyle club, when you go to any club, you still need these social skills. You need to work on yourself so that you know how to enforce and say no to things you don't want to do. Not a lot of people I know don't know how to say no to things. That's why they end up at so many baby showers they don't want to go to, because then they don't know how to say no politely. They feel guilty, so they fucking go, right? So yeah, that's just me on a little vent. One of my best videos on that Live Unapologetically channel is called How to Get People to Shut the Fuck Up. And I love it because sometimes there's some things or people in our lives or family or somebody who just, they have their opinion raining down on us, even though we don't want to hear it. And we're, we've made our decision and whatever it is. Sometimes you just need to learn how to get those people to shut the fuck up, how to get them to fuck off, and do it in a way that protects your boundaries, is respectful. It's meant to be de-escalating, so you're not trying to provoke a conflict here, but you can still protect your space. Your mental space is everything. Protect it like you would protect your personal space, and keep it for the things that you want, and for the opinions that you want to hold, and learn how to protect yourself. Like one of the biggest techniques for that is telling somebody that, thank you for providing your opinion on this. I am no longer accepting input on this topic. That's it. You can put a boundary up that says, I am no longer interested in hearing what your opinion is on this. If they keep going, they're violating a boundary, and then you handle it in a different way. So that is a very good channel. I hope you guys check it out. If you scroll down to the bottom of my TorontoUnicorn YouTube, I have a bunch of links to my other YouTube channels, including one that's called TorontoUnicorn Spicy. And it's so whenever I put a sexy video up, I don't get a strike on my YouTube channel here. Yeah, I'm a workflow analyst, and I like workarounds. Okay, so Mercenary says you have made lemonade with your story. So I'm so glad. By the way, I'm getting a notice that some people might get an ad to play on this live stream soon. I know ads suck, but ads also pay the bills for me. So I really do appreciate if you stick around and just like watch the first 5 seconds that you have to. And it just helps support my channel. Okay, so Tony says you look good, girls. Thank you. Scooter says it's an amazing body. Thank you. Do you prefer pearl necklaces or swallowing? Well, those are really two interesting choices. Actually, I don't actually do either, but I prefer inside. I prefer getting a guy to come inside of me. Now, if I'm not in a relationship with that guy, that's going to be in a condom. So it's not the same, but that's my preference. Yeah. I like the energy exchange. It's really sexy. Have you been to Thaz in San Diego? No, I've never been to San Diego. I'm not that well traveled. for whatever reason, lots of reasons. But I also grew up in a family of 6 people on one income, and we didn't do things like that. We didn't see the world, you know? So, I worked hard to put myself through school and build up, a life for myself and things like that. But I never had the resources to go, travel the world or things like that. So that's not something I've done. Yeah. Trans girl bacon, love the name, by the way. Have you ever been with a trans woman? If so, what did you think? I haven't yet. It's not something that's on my bucket list, as like I'm not fetishizing it, but it's something that I'm more open to now than I was before. But it would be way more important, the person, the personality, the connection. That, because I'm with men and women, so for me it's like I'm like already like open-minded to it all. So it's more about whether I vibe with that person. Cause like I know how to finger and I know how to jerk off, and so like I'll be fine. I know it. I'll know the equipment. Michelle says, have you ever thought about broadcasting full time? I mean, what does that mean? What does broadcasting full time mean? Like, do you mean like become Oprah? Because I'd like to become Oprah. I don't know how that happens. I would like to do like even like a more like regular hour-long check-in every week, or a podcast that's just me shooting the shit instead of like a topic. Like, I thought about it, but I wanted to know if there's interest in more of a longer format, shoot the shit with TorontoUnicorn type of stuff. Can you guys weigh in? I'd love to know your feedback about that, by the way. Oh, and please hit the like button. I'm going to count right now. It's at that certain number. I'm going to see if you guys keep clicking it, if it goes up in front of me. So if you click it, that's like you touching me right now. Oh, I see it. Someone did it. I see it. And it's kind of like I've like live feeling you like my content. So that's my love language. Like and subscribe. Oh my God, you guys are gangbanging my likes now. It's really great. And I appreciate it. But truthfully, this is my love language. I like when people like and leave a comment and say that the video helped them for whatever reason. It keeps me going. Like I lay in bed sometimes reading, like I'll take screenshots of the best comments I've ever got. And it's like sometimes I'll forget my mission, or I'll just wonder if I've got anything left to contribute as TorontoUnicorn. And then I'll read a comment about somebody trying to get past their body image issue so that they can be social. And I was like, fuck yeah, I've got more to do, because I've been there. I have been an emotional prison in my body. And I need to help everybody I can learn how to set themselves free from that thinking, from that mindset, because that is all it is. It really is. And I'm going to tell this story once again. I never used to be comfortable in my body. Before I went to Oasis Aqua Lounge for the first time, I had never been naked in a change room before, intentionally. I felt very uncomfortable being naked around people. And I didn't feel good in my body. I had gone up and down in weight my whole life. And sometimes I was at a place where I didn't like it, and I didn't have the best vibe. So I had a hard time meeting people, making friends, things like that. And I thought if I could just lose weight, I would have a better life. And then when I couldn't lose the weight, that was the reason I had a shitty life. And so one of the things that I did was I decided to stop waiting to lose weight to be okay with my body, and just start making the most of it now. And so what that meant was I walked into a plus size curvy girl store, and I went and I got someone to help me instead of me just looking around. And I said, I'm going to dress up my body at the size it is now. And I bought some new blouses, some new pants, some new skirts. And I walked out of there excited, because I was going to celebrate and live in this body instead of feeling like a prisoner in it. And I've never looked back. Guys, I've never looked back to that decision. It is a mindset change. I didn't have to lose 5 more fucking pounds. I still don't. I mean, I even go up and down in 5 or 10 pounds while I'm doing my channel. And you know what I do when that happens? I put myself in a fucking bikini and I put it on YouTube without any editing, because that's what I'm doing here. I'm showing that you can be a real person and have sex appeal, have confidence, doesn't have to be rooted in other people's opinion of you, or whether your body is a certain size, or whether you have a pimple on your ass or whatever. just own it. Own what you've got. Dress up. Like there's a quote in Sex and the City, Carrie Bradshaw, and she's like, sometimes you just got to accessorize the outfit you've got and make the most of it. Feel good about it. Celebrate, your body instead of waiting to celebrate it. Like I've been there. I've done it. So that's kind of when I'm on here. I like to help people, also come to terms with body self-love and things like that. All right, let me keep reading here. Ken says, I'm glowing tonight, my love. Well, that's nice to hear. Thank you. Mercenary says, gotta go. Good night. Have a wonderful night. If you guys want to drop in questions into the chat, I am here to answer them. By all means, fire away. Fireman Mike says gorgeous, so thank you. I also like that you guys hit the like button when I asked you to, because I saw it happen, and it's like, oh, I want to recreate this funny thing that me and my girlfriends do. So I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube, but when me and R hang out, and Amelia and them, and something that happens that like really like makes us happy, we do this thing where we go as if like we're down here like diddling ourselves, and we make this sound like diddle 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 diddle. It's an inside thing in a way, but when I get a bunch of likes on my video, I'm like diddle diddle diddle. You can't see because it's down here, but that's just as well for YouTube. So that's so funny. It's so funny. I think I cut my hand earlier and I'm so upset about it. Yeah, I still got half a hot chocolate, so I've got some time left. And then don't forget, I am going to pop over to my fan page after and stay on their live stream a little bit after. So yeah, hi, Mike Smith. You said I love the show. Thank you. Do you have any questions for me? I mean, I have my whole life on YouTube. I mean, I don't keep a lot off YouTube. Well, I keep my like personal life off YouTube, but yeah. I mean, when I say I started dating, I tried to date. I was on the Field dating app, the online app, and I did miserably. I did miserably. As a workflow analyst that measures outcomes in terms of return on investment and shit, no, not worth it at all. So trying to figure out new ways, I literally got stood up. I got guys that said date, time, location and didn't show up. But on the first date, like I never even met them yet. I've had guys literally just unmatch me because I won't give them my phone number before I've met them. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to give a stranger my phone number. I barely give it to the people I know, So it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I need to just find somebody in real life who tickles my fancy, so to speak. And yeah, but I am open, especially to couples right now. I've got a little bit of a taste in my mouth for being a unicorn again. I'm trying. I mean, I'm not an aggressive unicorn. I don't like to pursue as the unicorn, even though I feel like I still have to sometimes. But I'm actually shy underneath with new people. I'm very shy about sex. Like you can see, I get a little different energy over my face. I am inside the shy little girl when it comes to like flirting with a girl or like making a move on a couple that I'm like interested in. Like I'll sit there and I'll like think in my head like how I should do it, and then the whole night will be over and I didn't do it because I never figured out how to do it. That's me still 3 or 4 years into this lifestyle. I'm still not able to flirt with girls very well. I'm telling you, this is a learning experience if I ever had one. All right, let me keep reading here. Robert says, you're hot. Thank you. Hello, Charles. Sabrina says, super big fan. I have learned so much. Well, that's nice to hear. Sabrina, can you elaborate on what you feel like you've learned? Because I love to hear specifically what people connect to. Yeah, because like I do a lot. I have the tour videos of the sex clubs so that you can see the inside walls, the furniture, the vibe of like all the clubs in Ontario. I have not seen any of the sex clubs or swinger clubs outside of my own province, not yet, but there are lots of other swinger influencers out there that have lots of tour videos of places in Nashville, Texas, California. So you can go in online and see these videos as well. I actually might put a playlist together on my website of even other people's sex club tour videos and make just a playlist of all of the ones that I found that I think are good. And do you guys think that's a good idea? I'd love to know. But that means like I'm going to promote other people's content, but with the purpose of creating a space for you to see all the tour videos by all the different people. So that's something I'm considering. If you like that idea, let me know. Sharon says, oh my God, if you can't do it, how are we supposed to talk to girls? I know, it's hard. I also have rejection sensitivity. So it comes with ADHD, RSD. It's rejection sensitivity disorder or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyways, it means that I'm like a little baby about rejection. I get my feelings hurt. It impacts me deeply. I don't like rejection, social rejection, things like that. So I'm terrified of rejection just like other people are, right? And I think it's hard for me to stand out and be like, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. While I sit here and shudder in fear. Like, I mean, am I a fraud? I don't know. I mean, I'm good at motivating people, but then I panic and like have to give myself pep talks in the bathroom when it's my turn to like go do something. So that's why I like Friends with Benefits, because I don't get nervous seeing those people every time. It's like, oh, they're here. Let's order some food and fuck, like that's great. Position open, by the way, looking for someone who's cool, chill, in my area, local, smokes weed, or at least doesn't care that I do. Yeah. Okay. So let me keep going here. So Sabrina says, just visited Oasis Aqua Lounge for the first time because of your stories. Well, that's huge. Huge. I hope you had a good time. Were you alone? Did you go with a partner? I would love to know what theme night, like what night of the week you went to, because I go to Oasis all the time. And if I ever find out that big fans see me in the pool and don't say hi, my feelings are going to get hurt. So you better make a point to come out of your own comfort area and be like, I watch your content. These are my favorite videos. That is like music to my ears. You say you love my podcast too. That's awesome. So that's the thing, guys. I love YouTube. Love YouTube. YouTube gave me this little career, but I'm censored as fuck, like a lot. And over the years, my content has gotten more tame in terms of what I say, the words that I choose, because I keep getting in trouble. And then I found podcasting, which is also free. You can listen to me for free. And then you go and download me from Spotify or Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts or Audible or even on TorontoUnicorn.com. You can hear me speak unfiltered, uncensored, including my friends. R, Peekaboo, Amelia, Curly Vixen. I have a lot of interviews with other swingers, and it's all uncensored. They're allowed to say the dirty words, that we're allowed to tell dirty stories, and it's still free. So thank you for mentioning my podcast, Sabrina. It means a lot to me because I did do a very big shift to the podcast, and I love YouTube. It's got its purpose, but sometimes I like to take the leash off and let loose, if you know what I mean. It's also why I have a fan page, by the way. Which I do have to promote because I'm going to be doing my an after dark version of this live stream on my fan page right after. And I do want to promote my fan page. It's how I support my business. It is a lot of behind the scenes content. I do have some sexy content, obviously, but it's also just a lot of modeling content. Sometimes I do some more audio clips, or I'll send some, every day I kind of take a picture of like where I'm laying in my bed, usually just in panties or something, but like with my like vibrator hanging out, because I'm like, that's what I was doing that morning. So I like, a coffee cup and a vibrator. That's what you'll see. Have a good morning. So you don't get that on YouTube, right? But you'll get stuff like that on my fan page. So I can't put the link on YouTube. I will get in trouble, but it is on the only, fan page. Yeah. So let me keep going here. Hello, Vin. Nice to see you. Sharon says, I love your orgy director stories on podcasts. Yeah. So on my sex stories. So I have actually decided that one of my next episodes for my sex stories podcast is going to be not even about my sex, but it's going to be about the things that I've seen and the scenes that I've organized, like the trains of men on two women, or orgies or hotel sex parties. So I'm going to be able to talk uncensored for free, and you guys can listen to that Awesome. Okay. So Sabrina says, I went with my old neighbor. It was a glow night. Well, glow nights are fantastic. I was there on a recent glow night. Did you see me there? Because I had a glow band on. All right, Maurice. Hello there. I am a naughty girl. Trust me. Sabrina says, you inspired me to start podcast too. It's a lot of work. So kudos to you. That's fantastic. Sabrina, honestly, I think podcasting is a fantastic hobby. It is so easy. It's relatively very low cost, right? Like when I first started, I didn't pay anything other than for some software that I use, right? But I was using that anyways. So it's actually pretty easy to set up a podcast and send the links to your friends to listen to. So I really hope that that you have success with it. It's really fun. Yeah, that's so cool. Thanks for doing that. I hope. What's your podcast about? Maybe I'll give it a listen. Zeus, I'm Greek. Have I scissored? I've tried to scissor. Have I successfully scissored is a different question. I think I've tried. I mean, I've used a double-sided dildo with a girl. I have that video on my fan page. And I think I don't know if I've explicitly successfully scissored. I don't know. I don't think so. I know I've seen a million like other people try. And we were like, put your leg up, do this, do that. We were like a gym move, like being like, well, try this way. So it's not that easy. Vin says, did you do anything naughty on your Wonderland trip? Oh, Vin, diddle, 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 diddle. That means that I know you watch my other channel, my Toronto Unicorn Everything George channel, and you saw my vlog about my Canada's Wonderland trip. So that just got me happy and excited. And that's why I did that diddle, diddle, diddle thing, because it's my sound that I make now in a hand movement. Yes, I didn't do anything that naughty. I mean, I knew that it was a kids like theme park, so I kept it pretty clean. But yeah, I did recently give a hand job in a parking lot somewhere, but that was different. Then no one ish was around. So but that wasn't the same day. But I really like that you watch my other content. That makes me very happy. So Marie says yours is 8-inch. Well, that's a nice, decent size. I do have a video called "The Biggest I've Ever Had," and it was 9.5, but it was a little bit too big for me. Hello, Daryl, one of my other OG followers. Nice to see you. Nice to see your comments today too on my other content. I appreciate it when people splash all over my content on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and leave positive comments even on the same little clip on different channels. It just, you guys know that helps drives my business. It makes my content more visible to other people. So thank you for that. Especially when you like my shit and you subscribe and you watch my videos fully, like you don't just watch like a little clip. That also helps me out too. So yeah, Dominique says you're looking good, BB. Thank you very much. Vin John says, do you have a ruler or took the guy's word for it? I used a ruler. I actually found a picture of, there's two guys that were 9.5 that I told the story about on YouTube. And one of them, I saw his picture on a kink site, and he had his erect penis beside a ruler. So it was a perfect picture, right? Because it's like, yeah, you're not lying about that. That's why, I'm not going to lie, some of the best profile picture ideas for men I have seen is when they're literally standing against a measurement of height. So that way they're not lying about their height. Even if you're 5'3", who cares? Stand in front of the 5'3". At least you're communicating to people how high, like what your height is. Because I know for a lot of girls, height does matter to them. And guys, it really isn't even about you. It's about us wanting to feel small in someone's arms, or like a certain aesthetic when someone hugs you. So it's like in their love programming or their romantic programming that they're looking sometimes for taller guys. So it's really nothing personal, but it isn't something I've seen a lot of people waver on. I don't care about height. I would date a guy shorter than me. I have dated a guy, I think, shorter than me. I don't really care. But I'm also 5'3". I have been with a black man before, but not a black fan. Does that make sense? So before I got into my YouTube journey, I did have a few encounters with some guys that I did vlog about, actually, and put it on YouTube. So yes, I have. Maurice says I'm doing something naughty while I'm watching it. Well, that's good. I hope that you bring that energy to the fan page, because you're going to see a lot more there than you're going to see in this box on YouTube. But yeah, no, would I consider being with, it doesn't even matter race. I would consider being with a fan. I actually think my next boyfriend is going to be a fan turned boyfriend. Because frankly, I'm not ashamed to say it. I want someone who likes my content. I want to date somebody and fuck somebody and hang out with somebody who watches and likes my content. So I might as well date a fan. Could it be you? I don't know. I'm just saying. I've already dated a fan. Some of my best friends in life started as fans. Amelia R. So, I mean, if you're a fan, you're halfway there. Now you just got to come to my social meetups at Oasis or whatever, and be social with me, and that's how you do it. Or come to my fan page and say, "Hey, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit." Great, that'd be awesome. So, all right, so I'm about to wrap this up. I'm going to be going straight to my fan page. So I hope that you guys come and watch me for another like 10 or 15 minutes there. And it'll get a little different, the vibe in there. I'm not going to be monitored by the community guidelines police. So I hope you check it out. And I love you guys for being here and hanging out with me. It means the world to me. I remember you. I remember your names. And if you ever see me out at a club or anywhere else, please come and say hi and introduce yourself. Ask permission before you touch me, including my shoulder or anything like that. But just come and be like, "Oh, can I shake your hand? Are you Toronto Unicorn?" Absolutely fine. It happens to me. I'm happy to meet those people. And yeah, until then, stay tuned and don't forget to check out my podcast, Uncensored. All right, bye. Bye, everybody.